Hashem tells Moshe to tell Am Yisrael that he heard their cries and he will take them out of Egypt using miraculous feats. Moshe updates Am Yisrael, but they're concentrated in their suffering and hard work. Aaron throws his staff in front of Paro and it transforms into a crocodile. Paro's advisors perform the same feat, but Aaron's staff swallows their crocodiles. Paro refuses to the demands. Moshe comes to meet Paro early in the morning and tells him that the water in the Nile will transform into blood. Aaron lifts his staff and all the rivers and lakes and pit waters turn into blood and the fish die and there is a big stench. The advisors too turn water into blood and Paro is stubborn to refuse. A week later, Moshe is ordered to come to Paro and tell him about the frog plague about to reach Egypt. Aaron lifts his staff and the frogs ascend from the rivers and enter the Egyptian houses. Paro pleads for the plague to cease and Moshe challenges him to give him an exact time. Paro says tomorrow, and the next day the plague is finished, after which Paro backs away from his commitment. Aaron is ordered to hit the earth and then the lice ascend and attack the Egyptians and their animals, but Paro remains stubborn-minded. Moshe is ordered to meet Paro and tell him about the plague of wild animals that will take over Egypt, except for Am Yisrael's territory. Paro cracks and agrees that Am Yisrael will worship Hashem inside Egypt, but Moshe demands that they leave Egypt. Paro agrees, but on condition that they won't go too far. After Moshe prays, the plague is gone, and Paro backs away again. Moshe is ordered to come to Paro and tell him about the next plague that will kill their cattle, flock, and animals. During the plague, Paro finds out that Am Yisrael's animals aren't dying. Hashem commands Moshe and Aaron to fill their hands with soot and throw it to the air in front of Paro. The soot spreads in the air and becomes boils that cover the Egyptian skin. Hashem hardens Paro's heart and he remains fortified in his position. Moshe is ordered to arrive in the morning in front of Paro and tell him that the plagues will get stronger, so he and the Egyptians will see the power of Hashem. Moshe warns them to find shelter for their slaves and animals because there is a deadly hail coming soon. Moshe lifts his staff to the sky and there are sounds of loud thunder and powerful hail combined with fire falls to the ground and crushes the trees and crops. Paro panics and admits he was wrong, but after Moshe exits the city, prays, and the plague stops, Paro backs away as usual.